With Storm Hannah, we experienced probably 100 millimeters of rain, and what that did, that over capacitized the plant. The flow was just more than the plant could handle.
Since June, staff have been keeping an eye on the plant 24/7. Next week, it's expected a new $300,000 monitoring system will be installed. It won't prevent sewage from being released, but authorities will be notified sooner. The town's mayor is frustrated. Frank McIntosh says the town is willing to do what it can to protect the clam industry, but the town of 2,200 needs financial help if upgrades or a new plant are required.
Well, we're sitting down here by ourselves saying, what in the hell do you want us to do?
A consultant is being hired to study whether a new plant, which could cost $5 million, is necessary. The clammers are hoping to meet with officials from Canadian Food Inspection Agency, the Federal and Nova Scotia Environment Departments, the municipality, and Liberal MP Robert Thibault next week. Elizabeth Chu, CTV News, Digby.
And now to the St. John side of the bay, where the cleanup is also continuing. Here is CTV's Mike Cameron.
Dave Delaney's cleanup is almost over. The Habitat for Humanity Restore was one of many flooded out shops along Rothsay Avenue.
These floors were just totally covered in mud, and so we've got it down to fairly good. So it's been taking us 2 days so far, so one more day at it and we should be all set to rock and roll.
Hannah dropped over 140 millimeters of rain in the space of about 12 hours. Floodwaters surrounded homes, stores, neighborhoods, and closed a lot of streets. The extent of the damage is becoming more apparent. Work crews are starting to fill in what Hannah dug out. Key roads in every corner of the city have been washed away or weakened. Shoulders have disappeared, creating a potential safety hazard for motorists. In addition to the roads that have been closed, there are also lots of streets in St. John that are being inspected, where the damage may be less visible, but the integrity of the road underneath the surface may have been eroded by the sudden onslaught of water. Mayor Ivan Court has received dozens of calls about storm damage, but he says the damage has not exposed weakness in the city's infrastructure.
The storm was so rapid, and the system just couldn't handle that. And I don't think there was a system in Canada that could have handled 142 millimeters of rain in the short period of time that we had.
Court says the city is starting to tally the costs, including the washouts and the overtime for staff and emergency workers. The mayor hopes the city will not have to shoulder the cost alone. He will be looking elsewhere for compensation.
Flash floods take place, they do destroy infrastructure, and in many jurisdictions, other levels of government come to the rescue of the municipality.
A preliminary damage estimate will be released next week.
We also heard this afternoon about some of the hidden costs that some of the hidden damage the city works is just starting to find, including some storm sewers that were literally blown out by the volume of water. These are storm sewers that have, well, they've coped with countless number of storms over the years, Steve, but not this one. And those roads and the storm sewers are going to be very expensive to replace.
Yeah, in the language of yesteryear, Mike, that was 5.5 inches of rain. That's a lot of rain.
And that's the old way of counting, but yes, that says that's a lot of rain in a short period of time.
Sure is. Mike, thanks very much. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
CTV's Mike Cameron tonight in the newsroom in St. John. Trial is underway for the man accused of killing